Okay, so this conversation come a little earlier than I expected, but we're having the conversation regardless. So basically, every news outlet have this news article now, courtesy of a interview between Mr. Andre Earl Batiste and Mr. Ken Butcher or Kent Butcher, who was a former national team player, trying to be a national team player. So basically, Mr. Ken Butcher, he came on. What it is the I-95. I don't know radio station. I'm not a radio guy, so please don't crucify me for that. But basically, he's saying that Mr. Dwight Yorke should tender his resignation for the head coach job of the Trinidad and Tobago national team. I actually learned something. I didn't know much about like tendering a resignation as opposed to resigning outright. So basically, when you're tendering a resignation, you're telling the executives or the higher ups that they're gonna write them like a letter and say, I plan to retire. What do you think? And they're gonna give the little synopsis and say, well, you know what? Yeah, you should retire. Or maybe you should maybe you should continue. So my opinion on all of that is that I believe that it's a bit premature, especially during this time, especially with having the news that we have the grandparents law out, and we already have like 40 players waiting in the queue to play for Trinidad and Tobago. I think that would be a bit premature to get rid of Mr. Dwight Yorke. Not only that, I think that we are giving Mr. Dwight Yorke a tough time for a tough job. Yeah, we need to understand that our team was touted as the third best team in this group. The eye test would tell you that, and the FIFA rankings. We were the third best team. We're sitting exactly where we projected to be, sadly. But it could change. Because despite having a better team, football is mainly like about 80% mental, 10% skill, 10% physical. Any team could be any team. Once it is, we have the correct tactics to mitigate the teams them from playing to their strengths. And that's why I think Dwight Yorke has been doing very well. Because on paper, if it is you ask any football fan from out on the other outside of the world, and you tell them there are two teams competing. One team has USL players, MLS players, and you have one guy who plays in the Russian league. No disrespect to the Russian league. The Russian league probably would be a top 10 league if it is they had the ability to compete in European competitions. But apart from that, that is mainly what we have. And probably one guy in the EFL. Against teams that have Premier League players, Serie A players. You have players in the Dutch Eredivisie. Who you think will win? I would assure you 100% of them will see the team that have the Premier League players, right? So let's not act like we were some shoo-ins to win this game. I believe Dwight Yorke has been doing a decent job. I think Dwight Yorke has done well to mitigate these teams from playing their best football. Because again, on paper, we were supposed to collect 6. Just judging based on the players that we have a bunch of TTPL players, USL players, MLS players. We were supposed to collect 6, but yet we're still competing. What does that tell you? I think the man doing a decent job. Now, the question why I have for a lot of people, will we be having this conversation here if it is the players them took their chances? If we defeated Curacao when we were supposed to defeat Curacao, or maybe even get a draw in Jamaica, will we have this conversation here? Yes, it's unfortunate, and this is just this sad situation with Dwight Yorke. I think that throughout Dwight Yorke's tenure as the Trinidad and Tobago national team coach, I think I could only think of one time where it is I can actually see poor performance. That was the USA game when we collect 5-0. Poor. We came up pragmatic and we wasn't playing football. We allowed them to just do what they want. But looking back at this Saudi Arabia game, we missed out on just having a breakaway chance and getting it into the goal. We hit the crossbar instead. The Curacao game, Levi Garcia, who was with the year when Ajax won the double, he was regarded as the elite, Europe's most elite, the most watched, the most wanted person during that time. The Levi Garcia, that same Levi Garcia there. Everybody and their grandmother wanted Levi Garcia. Everybody was he was the top on everybody's scouting list. But it was a whole situation with Ike, and they wanted to also that percentage thing. That's why Levi never ended up in no top 5 league. But Levi Garcia as a number 9 was killing it out there. So again, if Levi Garcia scores his chances, if it is we to get a more favorable, run from Levi Garcia again in the Jamaica game, what would I say? Can we sit there and actually say that we were completely outplayed by both these teams there, Curacao and Jamaica? Yet they have better teams, and we still competed. So some can actually say we deserved 3 points against Curacao. Even Jamaicans who even watch the channel here, they actually said, yeah, we deserved 3 points against Curacao. The Jamaica game, a bit stickier. Maybe we could have scraped a 1-0, but Jamaica, I still think they edged us a bit. They were a bit better. But even though, we're still competing. So the question I have to ask is, how good do you think these players are? Again, we need to know that there are certain deficiencies that this team have. We aren't at the highest level, sad to say, and that's not because of talent. The guys are talented. The guys can play football, and we've seen that is a lot of natural talent that's taking place on the field. But there's a lot of things that have to be unlearned by these guys here because of poor upbringing. And that comes down back again to the TTFA and the government. There haven't been enough youth programs in place to have these guys playing tactical football from young. When I'm talking about young, I'm talking about 5 years old. Because if you're looking at La Masia over in Barcelona, in the Catalans, you're seeing them 5-year-olds playing tactical football. You're seeing them passing and moving. You're seeing the puzzle building. As opposed to down here, we have guys who could just rare play the football, but when it is you put them in a more tactical setting, they can't apply the tactics. Why is that? Because they're not exposed to tactical football. Yeah. And blood on the TTFA hands, man, sad to say. And I do hope that for the next 10 years, we have some kind of roadmap. That is what I need to see. After this World Cup campaign, I'm going to be very much down on looking forward to the roadmap that we have for the next 10 years. Because simple as seeing what we just saw with the couple under 15 games, with the under 15 Trinidad and Tobago team against the Jamaica team, where we lose like about 6-2. Either 6-2 or 5-2. I know it was a big score. What is going to stop them in the next 10 years to smack us up 6-0 again? When it is they become senior team players. What's going to stop them? If it is we don't put any roadmap and create an ethos within Trinidad and Tobago football, let us create a philosophy that we could say, yes, that's a Trinidad and Tobago football. And this is why I still believe Dwight in. I think that Dwight, he's trying his best to create an ethos with the talent that we have. And within a couple of years, let me take all the licks them now. But within a couple of years, we could definitely reach that level we need to be. But it need to be time. We need time to get there. But even now, it's just small margins that stopping me from being on top of the table. I need people to believe, man. Once the belief is there, we will get there. I'm telling you. 12 points ain't hard to get it. No. It ain't hard. We go to Bermuda, we smack them up. And you will see how things would fall in place if it is we just take our chances. We smack up Bermuda. Jamaica and Curacao draw. Let us say they draw. Or Curacao beat Jamaica. Even if Curacao lose, we're still in contention for the playoff spots then. But still, we don't want to get there. We want to get to the automatic spot. The draw against Jamaica. Jamaica now have 7 points. We have 4 points. We play Curacao. We beat Curacao in Curacao. It's possible. Not impossible because Bermuda just give them a run for their money. We play them. We beat Curacao. Let's say Jamaica, they already beat Bermuda. They'll get 10 points now. So 10 versus 7. We still have to play Jamaica in Trinidad and Tobago. We beat them, and then on the last day, it will be a goal difference war. We just had to cream Bermuda in Trinidad once again. It ain't over. And let me tell you this, if it is we bring a new coach today, if it is Dwight Yorke does send in his resignation or tender his resignation, and we bring a new coach now, we will be playing party bus football. We will be going back to the Angus Eve days. Yeah. Because who is to say that the tactics that this brother brings is going to be good enough to facilitate the players that we have here? Again, our players are not at the highest level. We just had to call a speed a speed. They are not at the highest level. We can't come with no delusion. But the players are talented. The fact that they are competing, that means there are some level of talent there. Natural talent. But natural talent can only get us so far. So I think it's very harsh to blame Dwight Yorke for all of this. It's a collective. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Dwight Yorke is spotless and that he's perfect. Nah, there are plenty things that I disagree with Dwight Yorke, especially with that game against Curacao. I think that should have bring on the guns them, the youngsters them to run out the tired legs them. But apart from that, I don't think that he has been doing bad, if I'm being very honest. But again, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you think? Dwight Yorke in or Dwight Yorke out? Don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe, man. Peace out.